Time, der Golf-Podcast. Mit Jens Zielinski, Florian Fritsch und Bernd Ritthammer.
Hallo zusammen, diese Folge erscheint am 3. Oktober, Feiertag. Und gefeiert wird ja irgendwie gefühlt seit dem letzten Sonntag sowieso immer noch. Europa holt den Ryder Cup wieder nach Hause. Was war das für ein spannender Sonntag? Immer mehr Rot auf dem Leaderboard, also sprich immer mehr Punkte oder immer mehr Führung für die Amerikaner. Das war dann nochmal richtig eng, obwohl es ja Freitag und Samstag eher nach einer Klatsche für die Amerikaner aussah. Aber am Ende ist nochmal alles gut gegangen. Europa holt den Ryder Cup zurück nach Hause. Das war eine Party, du lieber Gott. Also wir sind sehr spät nach Hause gekommen. Beef ist plötzlich auch bei uns mit im Shuttle gesessen, weil der Shuttle von ihm war irgendwie weg. Er hatte auch wieder völlig die Zeit vergessen. Und so trafen wir uns dann plötzlich wieder vor unserem Hotel, wo wir dann sagten, Beef, wohnst du auch hier? Nee, eigentlich nicht. Er muss jetzt mit dem Taxi weiter in die Innenstadt. Also es war wirklich noch ein grandioser Abend am Sonntag in Rom. Mittlerweile sind wir alle wieder in Deutschland angekommen. Und wir haben es euch ja versprochen. Heute gibt es ungeschnitten am Stück die Pressekonferenz von Team Europe. Und in dieser Pressekonferenz werden ganz, ganz viele Sachen nochmal auf den Tisch geschmissen. Zum Beispiel natürlich dieser Caddy-Skandal. Ihr wisst ja, der Caddy von Cantlay. Ja, er hat ein bisschen mit seiner Mütze rumgewedelt und wollte quasi dem Mützengruß der europäischen Fans so eine kleine, ja, wie soll man sagen, wollte mal so zurück attackieren so ein bisschen. Und stand bei Rorys Putt dann die ganze Zeit da auch mehr oder weniger nahe bei Rory und das hat ihn natürlich gestört und irgendwie wollte der Caddy da noch, der war so aufgepumpt, so unter Emotionen, hat ihn extrem gestört und die sind dann tatsächlich dann auch nach der Runde, als sie auf ihre Autos gewartet haben, vor dem Clubhaus, sind die fast aufeinander losgegangen. Das Video kann man überall viral noch sehen. Es ist Social-Media-technisch wirklich um die ganze Welt geflogen. Und auch darüber wurde natürlich in der Pressekonferenz nochmal die ein oder andere Frage gestellt. Und dann gibt es zum Beispiel auch den Punkt in den kommenden knapp 25, 30 Minuten, bei dem es um das Thema geht, wer macht denn als nächstes den Captain? Und die Frage steht im Raum, macht's Luke Donald in 2 Jahren einfach nochmal? Auch darüber wird gesprochen. Und natürlich jeder Spieler kommt ein bisschen zu Wort. Wie war es für die Rookies? Wie war es für die alten Säcke in Anführungszeichen? Man darf ja nicht vergessen, das war zum Beispiel für Rory McIlroy der 7. Ryder Cup. Du lieber Gott. Also, hören wir mal rein. Das war Sonntagabend. Die Jungs natürlich in absoluter Ekstase gut drauf. Alle mit einem Bier oder mit einem Champagner im Pressezelt. Und ja, danach ist die Feierei so richtig losgegangen.
Hey, welcome everybody. I'm delighted to be joined by Team Europe, the winners of the 2023 Ryder Cup. Luke, if I could just start with you, please. Some fantastic scenes out there. Just give us your reflections on today.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible week, and I'm just so happy for these 12 guys. They gave it everything this week. They were a pleasure to be around. They made my life very easy, and they played like superstars. Not many people gave us a chance, I don't think, especially 2 years ago. And yeah, well, we proved them wrong. Yes, we did.
Thanks, Luke. We'll go straight into some questions. Brentley in the middle there, please.
Luke, last night was a little interesting just with the 3-1 American session and what happened with Rory and Cantlay. But I was just curious, what was the mood of the team last night, and what did you say to them to maybe just sort of galvanize them for, I mean, I know they had a big lead, but just to kind of make sure that they did get the job done today?
They didn't need galvanizing. They were 10.5 points to 5.5 up. We're in a great place. We're in a perfect place. We knew it was in our hands, and we stuck with the same plan we planned the whole week. You know, get off to fast starts, play as a team, use the crowd, use their energy, and yeah, it was. Yeah, the Ryder Cup is. It's always lots of swings and motion and changes, and at one point, you know, I was looking on the board trying to figure out how we're getting to 14.5 points, but in the end we got there easily.
Go to mic 2 on the right-hand side.
Rory said earlier this week that the older you get, the more meaningful these become. Seems like the more emotional they become as well. Why do you think that is?
I think because you realize how bad it feels when you lose them. And I think as time goes by, this is my 7th Ryder Cup. Am I going to play in another 7? I don't know. I'm probably on the back 9 of my Ryder Cup career, and every one that I get to play in from now on is very, very meaningful. Sharing it, what? Really? Oh, I've made the turn. But it's and sharing the week, sharing the course with these guys, having Fitz and Tommy as my partners this week, and just everything that we do as a team. It started. It started probably a year ago when Luke took the captaincy, and the team started to take shape, and we did that practice trip here a couple of weeks ago, and everyone would probably agree with me, but we sat around a fire pit that night and we chatted and we got to know each other really well, and that was an amazing experience. I got to know things about these guys that I thought I knew them for a long time, but I got to know something different about them, and I think that really galvanized us as a team, and I think just spending time with these guys is just so more. It's just becoming more meaningful because I know I don't have that many left, and to see guys like Ludwig come in here and just be an absolute stud and take everything in his stride. I wish I was in his position again. Looking forward to playing in 15 or 20 Ryder Cups or whatever it is he's going to play in. But all the rookies that came in this year, everything, they've been absolutely amazing, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this team, and it's very, very meaningful.
And then we saw what you said last night in the parking lot. Can you elaborate on who you were saying it to? It looked like you were kind of speaking to Bones, but also kind of yelling past him.
I text Bones this morning. He was just the first American I saw after I got out of the locker room, so he was the one that took the brunt of it. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I text Bones this morning and apologized for that, but I was hot coming out of that yesterday. I was pretty angry. I didn't agree with what happened on 18, but I think I let it fuel the fire today, and it focused me, and I was able to go out there and get my point.
We'll go to Andy in the middle, please.
Hi, Rory. If I may just follow up on that, please. Does that mean, because we were all watching that very interesting home movie of you last night, we couldn't quite see who else was in there? So it wasn't Joe LaCava that was taking the brunt of your anger there?
Well, it was directed at Joe, but said at Bones, I guess, was how it...
Joe wasn't there, though.
Joe wasn't there, though. No.
Right, I see. You still seem quite pumped about it. When you finished your round today on 17, you were still saying that what happened last night was disgraceful, and you still seem quite animated by it. So I just wonder if you could just expand a bit on that. And also, most importantly, are you annoyed that Shane bundled you into a car, or quite relieved?
I'm relieved, very relieved. And then he
Go on, Shane.
I was going to say, then he took me down to the cold plunge in the hotel and let me cool off there for a few minutes too. But very relieved. I just we talked about it as a team last night. We felt like it was disrespectful, and it wasn't just disrespectful to Fitz and I. It was disrespectful for the whole team. I get that. We get the banter when we go over to the States and play, and the same happens here. It's the way it is. It's the way the Ryder Cup goes, and you have to have thick skin. That's just the way it is.
And are you much of a car park scrapper?
I think
no, but if I need to,
have to do all the work. I'd say.
That's not you were ready.
I said I was going to have to do all the work.
Go across to Brian on the right-hand side, please.
Look, many congratulations just over here. Look, thanks. Magnificent celebrations on the first tee there as well. I think it was Rory that started the chant 2 more years. Is there any reason why you wouldn't, if offered, be captain again in 2 years' time?
Listen, guys, I want to enjoy this moment right now with these guys.
Come on.
I haven't been asked yet, so...
Well, can I ask Rory then? Do you want him in 2 years' time?
I think everyone sitting here would be very happy to have him again.
Okay, we'll go to Stephen on the left-hand side, please.
Apologies, another question for Rory. You said you took inspiration from Marcus Aurelius.
Got a pizza waiting. Can we go?
Can you sort of elaborate on what you read from him and why it inspired you?
Yeah, so I've read Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. I've studied Stoicism for a while and read a lot of those sort of books. And I just thought, as a former emperor of Rome, and seeing that we are in Rome, that it would be a good time to revisit some of his thoughts. And I revisited them on the way to the course today.
Go to Neil in the middle, please.
A question for Thomas, but Rory, can I just clarify? Has Joe apologised to you, and if not, do you want him to?
So we've texted. We haven't seen each other face to face, but we've texted, and everything will be fine. But it's a it's a point of contention, and it still hurts. But time's a great healer, and we'll all move on.
Tea Time, Werbung.
Auch wenn es aktuell gefühlt immer noch Sommer ist, es wird die Zeit kommen, wo man auf Winterreifen umsteigen muss. Und wenn ihr das in diesen Tagen auch schon im Kopf hattet, dann solltet ihr darüber nachdenken, das mit Vredestein zu machen. Da gibt es nämlich eine sehr, sehr geile Aktion. Golfen oder Spenden heißt die. Ist ganz easy. Ihr kauft euch bis zum 30. November 4 Vredestein Winter- oder Ganzjahresreifen und bekommt dafür einen All-for-Golf-Gutschein. Oder ihr sagt Spenden und Vredestein verdoppelt dann den Wert des Gutscheins und die Spende geht an die DKMS. Ihr könnt euch also überlegen, ob ihr was für euer Golfspiel oder eben zugunsten der DKMS machen wollt. Für 16 und 17 Zoll Reifen gibt es einen 20-Euro-Gutschein für All for Golf. Ab 18 Zoll gibt es sogar 40 Euro. Wenn ihr sagt Spenden, verdoppelt Vredestein, wie gesagt, den Betrag und das Ganze geht dann an die DKMS. Also, ganz viel Spaß beim Reifenshoppen und ihr wisst ja, bei Vredestein gibt es auf jeden Fall Premium-Qualität wie vielfältige Reifentests und Auszeichnungen wie der Autobild Top Manufacturer of the Year in 2019, 2020 und 2020, 2021 eindeutig belegen. Alle Infos nochmal ganz entspannt zum Nachlesen gibt's natürlich bei uns in den Shownotes. Gute Fahrt!
Na, wieder nur Paar.
Tea Time, Werbung Ende.
Tom, can I just go take you back to the scenes in the last few holes? Do you realise how tight it was all getting? Were you aware of the situation? What were your emotions when your tee shot at the 16th hit the green and then when Ricky conceded the putt?
Unfortunately, yeah, I did see how tight it was getting. I think, I was probably more relieved than anything. I felt pretty comfortable all day. That was the thing, and I was always kind of, even though it was tight, I was always really in control of the match. It's just that the occasion was very, very big. Ricky let me off. You never really want to see someone hit it in the water, so I wasn't particularly pleased about that. But I still had to step up and hit. There's no point me bailing out with the tee shot there. He could still make 4, and he probably was still going to make 4. I was just very happy to sort of tee the driver down, and just thought. I was playing very, very well. Just put a swing at it and it set off straight and it wasn't moving, and I was happy to pick the tee up and move on. And then the thing is with that green, you can't really see where the ball's landing with the sun, so you just wait for the crowd's reaction. And yeah, I was quite pleased when he gave me the putt.
We've got a Tom on the right-hand side, please.
Hi, Luke. I was quite struck on Thursday in your speech. You referenced your late parents saying they'd be watching over you. Just from looking at cuts, I see you sadly lost your father 10 years ago. I didn't know about your mother, so I just wondered whether they'd been at the forefront of your mind and how they'd feel about today.
Yeah, I had great parents. They were super supportive, but golf wasn't everything to them. They always really believed in me that to have a balanced life, enjoy golf, but enjoy other things in life as well. Yeah, they would be very proud of me. I think more for the fact, not that we won, more for the fact that just the way I kind of went around about the captaincy, I suppose. But yeah, that's a strange question. I've never had that one before. I've never thought about the answer, but yeah, I miss them. I miss them, of course. I would love to share this moment with them. And, I think some of the things that we talked as a group was, it's really, really important to not just play for each other, but play for those that mean the most to you. I think that's super powerful. We shared. I gave the guys some videos on Monday. Just some people that mean a lot to them. Some 2-minute videos, just really giving them encouragement. And I think that's why we always play this game. It's not just for ourselves. And that's what makes the Ryder Cup so special, is we play it for the people that mean so much to us. And certainly my parents meant a lot to me. They'd be very proud.
I see.
Question over this side in the middle, please.
Shane, that was a thrilling match you played with Jordan there. What was it like to play those last few holes and just the mad scenes that unfolded? What was it like to go through all that?
Yeah, it was an interesting day. Myself and Tommy and Bob were in the locker room before we went out, and we joked about hoping that it wasn't going to come down to our matches. And I couldn't believe it what I was seeing on the board, to be honest. And those last couple of hours were probably the 2 of the most stressful hours on the golf course I've had. But I felt like I was playing good golf, and Jordan obviously got up early on me. I gave him maybe 1 or 2 holes, but I didn't give much away. He played pretty good today, and then I fought hard. I just fought hard all day, and I knew I just needed to keep fighting hard for my team. And once I did that, I knew I'd be okay. And then, the scenes coming down 18, I knew Tommy had gone up. He had gone. I knew he was 1 up playing 16, and I saw Ricky hitting the water on 17 or on 16. And I thought if I could birdie 17, that I was going to have a putt to win the Ryder Cup. That's what I was thinking. So selfishly, I was thinking, I'm going to have a putt to win the Ryder Cup. This is going to be amazing. But thankfully, Tommy did it before me, and I was on the green on 17, and I hit my putt and I hold it somehow. I have no idea how. And then 18 was just like I hit my drive. I didn't care where it went. But then I was walking down. I was like, right, I'll try and win my point. But it's like whatever. It was, I don't really care. I said at the start of the week in here, I said I don't care if I make no points, but as long as we win, it's that's not what matters to me. What matters to me is about winning, and I'm very happy and very proud of the lads.
Go over to microphone 2 in the blue shirt.
Congratulations, first of all. You have said many times how much you love Rome and Italy. Do you love them a little bit more after today?
Absolutely.
And
I think we all love it.
More important, in the past press conference, many times when you're speaking, you told the name of Dodo Molinari. You say, Dodo told me to keep an eye on Oberg. We are working with Dodo with statistics. Dodo here, Dodo there. How much his work has been important to you, and which are the parts of his analytics that you use most?
Well, of course, Dodo's extremely important. I think the game of golf has really become dominated with statistics, but all my vice captains were immense. Literally got so much from Thomas, my past captain. He's been there before. He's winning captain. Jose Maria was extremely inspirational. He doesn't speak much, Jose, but when he does, we all listen. And there's a deathly silence in the room, in our team room, when he speaks, and it was amazing. Nicholas Colsaerts, he has the biggest heart I know, and this Ryder Cup means so much to him. Francesco as well. Every single one of them meant so much to me and were a big help. But obviously, Dodo I probably spent a little bit more time with, just because the statistics, because of trying to figure out ways to tell my guys why they were going to win. Give them the confidence that when they stepped on that tee on Friday, that they expected to win. And these are the reasons, and this is why you play, and this is why we're going to be successful by the end of this week. And obviously Dodo was a big part of that.
There we go, this sign on that microphone.
Sort of a follow-up on that, but more directed at you guys, the players. How much self-confidence does it give you to have a strategic game plan set up for you? It felt the whole week you were always very certain about the pairings and about the way you were going to head into the game, especially on those first holes. Here at Marco Simone.
Go on, Rosie.
We just winged it, really.
Rosie, go on.
Diplomat.
Well, no, I mean, listen, I think it started in the practice trip, didn't it, lads? We started to play in 4 balls. We started to play with guys that we potentially were going to play with. We were paired at Wentworth in specific pairings. Again, that kind of started the whole bonding process and also the comfort process of us all kind of understanding each other's games and dynamics. Nothing was left to chance on that front. Every opportunity that we could take to get forward and get more prepared, we took. And I think when you give people clarity, they can kind of sink their teeth into something. When things are reactive, I don't know, it feels like you're kind of hoping for something to change versus, when there's a plan, it's just about execution then. And I think players, we spend our whole lives practicing to execute. So if you give us a plan, something I'll say to my caddy, if you have good information, there's a good chance we're going to hit a good shot. We got a lot of good information this week ahead of time, so kind of kept us all pretty calm. And I think it just came down to the execution, which these lads are a pretty decent set of golfers. So then the statistics come into play. And statistics only mean something if the players step up and keep their level. And I think that the captains and the vice captains kept us calm enough. They kept the noise away from us where we kept our level. And then all the planning can mean something.
Tea Time Werbung.
Ich hoffe, ihr habt euch schon mal umgeschaut bei unserem neuen Partner bei Avea. Ihr wisst ja, da können wir auch gar nichts groß dagegen machen. Wir werden einfach jedes Jahr ein Jahr älter. Und was eben dann auch mit dem steigenden Alter dazukommt, Vitalität und Gesundheit nehmen bekanntlich dann eher ab. Und wir sollten was für unsere Langlebigkeit, sprich für unsere Longevity tun. Pascal ist COO bei Avea. Eure Produkte helfen dem Körper in Sachen Longevity, übersetzt ja Langlebigkeit, und ihr geht ja auch hochwissenschaftlich bei euren Produkten vor. Wo genau setzt ihr da an oder was ist so das Neue an euren Produkten oder wo hilft die Wissenschaft?
Ja, die Wissenschaft der letzten 10, 15 Jahre hat uns effektiv etwas an die Hand gegeben, was es davor nicht gab. Und zwar gibt es mit den sogenannten 12 Hallmarks of Aging, dass die Gründe, wieso wir zellulär, körperlich altern, wurden beschrieben. Das sind Prozesse in unseren Zellen, in unserem Körper, die man viel besser versteht oder eben genauer versteht, als das vor 15 Jahren der Fall war. Was man dann eigentlich macht, ist, man versucht herauszufinden, wie diese Prozesse funktionieren und zu beeinflussen sind. Ich mache ein einfaches Beispiel. Viele von euch kennen vielleicht den Begriff Telomere, das Ende der Chromosomen. Diese Telomere schützen die Ende der Chromosomen, das heißt, wenn sich die Zelle teilt, bleibt das Chromosom stabil. Diese Telomere werden aber kürzer. Wenn die zu kurz sind, kann sich die Zelle nicht mehr teilen, weil quasi das Chromosom kaputt geht. Das heißt, eine dieser Hallmarks sind die Telomerlänge. Jetzt gibt es Untersuchungen zu sagen, wie kann ich die Telomerlänge beeinflussen? Und so gibt es eben verschiedene, diese 12 Hallmarks of Aging. Und das sind dann wissenschaftliche Prozesse im Sinne von, was bedingt in meinem Körper welche Funktion, was hat welche Folgen und wie kann ich das positiv beeinflussen? Stand heute, und das ist sehr wichtig zu verstehen, auch für uns als eine Supplement Company, 70-80% dessen, was wir heute wissenschaftlich wissen, was Einfluss auf meine Langlebigkeit, auf Longevity hat, ist Lifestyle. Was ich tue, was ich nicht tue. Und es gibt dann gewisse Bereiche, da spielt es dann keine Rolle, wie viel Brokkoli du isst, wie viel Sport du machst, wie gut du schläfst. Dein NAD-Spiegel als Beispiel wird bei 50% sein, wenn du 50 bist. Und da spielen dann die Supplements eine extrem wichtige Rolle, weil da der Lifestyle einfach keinen Einfluss oder zu wenig hat. Daran arbeiten wir sehr stark, um den Leuten diese Hilfestellung zu geben und dieses Know-how, dieses Wissen, was man eben die letzten 10, 15 Jahre hat. Weil jeder weiß, Sport ist gut und Gemüse ist besser. Aber es gibt da einiges an wissenschaftlichen Erkenntnissen, die das noch sehr viel spezifischer machen und den Leuten helfen, genau, diese altersbedingten Krankheiten hinauszuzögern.
Das ganze Interview mit Pascal gibt es auf www.t-time.golf. Ich habe 20 Minuten mit ihm gesprochen. Wir haben eine extra Folge, also eigentlich eine Podcast-Folge mit ihm produziert, www.t-time.golf, wo wir wirklich in die Tiefe gehen, über die Produkte sprechen. Was passiert da im Körper und auf was sollte man achten? Den Link zur Folge und auch den Link zu Avea findet ihr wie immer in den Shownotes, und mit dem Code TEATIME gibt es auch nochmal 15% Rabatt auf alle Abo-Modelle für die erste Bestellung. Außerdem habt ihr bei Avea, und das finde ich auch sehr großartig, eine 90-Tage-Geld-Zurück-Garantie. Wir von TEATIME, also Flo, Bernd und ich, nehmen die Produkte von Avea schon mehrere Monate, und ja, es ist wirklich so, ich erzähle hier keinen Quatsch. Man spürt's, ich spüre mehr Energie, mehr Vitalität, ich schlafe viel besser, ich bin geistig fitter, und beim Sport, wenn man das bei mir sagen kann, bin ich wirklich leistungsfähiger. Ich spüre das, und ihr solltet das unbedingt wirklich mal ausprobieren. Alle Infos, wie gesagt, bei uns in den Shownotes. Na, wieder nur Paar.
Tea Time, Werbung Ende.
Rory, 2 years ago, we all saw you in tears. But what is the moment that sticks out to you as the part that hurt the most from that week? And how long did it take you to get over that?
The scoreline, 19-9. I mean, that hurt. It really did. And like personally for me, I didn't feel like I give my best performance, and I didn't feel like I did my part for the team. And you know, there was a few of us up here that were on that team that wanted to come back, and everyone at the start of the week was talking about, oh, do you want to get revenge? Do you want to get revenge on the US team? And this wasn't about revenge. This was about redemption and showing what we could do. And as Rosie said, this has been a process. There's been a plan in place. You know, we've known months in advance basically what the game plan was, how we were going to execute it, and then it just comes down to everyone getting on the golf course and being themselves and playing the way they know that they can play, and this is the result, which is amazing. But I've luckily been a part of a few winning Ryder Cup teams, and it feels amazing. But at the same time, being a part of a losing Ryder Cup team sucks. It really does. And I'm much happier sitting up here and talking to you guys today than I was 2 years ago whistling Straits.
Not to take anything away from what you guys accomplished today, but 8 of the last 9 winners have been the home team. Is there too much to home field advantage?
So I've said this for the last probably 6 or 7 years to anyone that will listen. I think one of the biggest accomplishments in golf right now is winning an away Ryder Cup, and that's what we're going to do at Bethpage.
Go on, Rory.
Yeah, you go.
Go across to Kevin on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Justin and Rory, I have one for you. You've each played in a bunch of Ryder Cups. You never know, as you just said, Rory, like when the last one might be. Americans are united by borders, by a flag, by a language. You guys are not. What unites the European Ryder Cup team? What does it mean to be a European Ryder Cupper?
Well, I was just thinking there actually before you asked that question, like, you know, we're united by a culture. We're united by a generation of players that have come before us. And this is our time. You know, Luke's been very clear on that message. This is our time to shine, but it's our time to shine not because this is our stage. We are just taking care of it because of the amazing role models that we have before us that have shown us how to do it. You know, I feel there's a really strong culture in the European team. A good pairing in the European team doesn't mean playing with your best mate. You know, it means about representing something bigger than yourself. And I feel like that's, for me, what being a European Ryder Cup player is all about.
Rory, any follow-up thoughts on that?
Culture is huge. I think we take the piss out of each other. We have a sense of humor. We don't take ourselves too seriously. And I think that's a big part of it too. We feel like we can be ourselves. I can tell Terrell to do whatever, and I can, whatever it may be. I'm just trying to look at people around me.
The boys were calling him Rocky McIlroy.
He's the swear guy, not me. But if you ask Bones, he may say differently. But if I just think we don't take ourselves too seriously. There's a real good sense of humor in the team. Luke and the team have put together some amazing videos for us this week that. Sometimes it's hard because you're within a group and they're making fun of you, but you're getting made fun of in a good way, and it's appreciated, and everyone's been good sports. But as Rosie said, Sevi, Ollie, the legends of the Ryder Cup that have came before us. We're caretakers of this European jersey right now, and we're hopefully going to pass it on in the future in a better spot than where we found it. I think that's really what we are right now.
John, do you have any thoughts on that question? What does it mean to be a European Ryder Cupper?
Sorry.
I know you hadn't got any questions yet.
Let me come back real quick.
Sure
I didn't know Rambo was there. Yeah. I didn't know I was here either.
Only the best player in the world.
Luke and Rory press conference. We could have gone ages ago, couldn't we?
Obviously, I don't have as much experience in Ryder Cups as Rosie and Rory have, but I think they nailed it. Is the ability to walk through those gates or through the doors and forget about who you are outside this week, right? What you've done or you may do afterwards really, truly doesn't matter. In my case, obviously, there's certain Spanish legacy to live up to that is certainly not easy, right? The three main figures before me, Sevi, Ollie, and Sergio, are three guys that, if I'm not mistaken, all three of them have earned over 20 points in the Ryder Cup. 3 out of 9 are Spanish, right? So it's a lot to live up to, and it's something that really inspires me, especially when Jose is around, right? He's always telling me, little things to inspire me in that sense. So following on their footsteps and how they try to make the team better is the way I've approached it as well, and try to do my part in the team room. But I think Rory said it best, is the fact that we can go in there and make fun of each other and nobody really cares, right? We all laugh, and that's about it. In life, you need to be able to make fun of yourself, and it's a truly humbling experience to be part of this team.
Thanks.
Okay, time for 2 more questions. Start in the middle on this side.
Seb, this is one for you.
Go on, Seb.
Have you been aware of the situation that you could be possible winning the Ryder Cup? How were your feelings when you saw?
Yes, they all knew when they had a part to win the Ryder Cup. We
how
knew.
were your feelings when you saw Tommy Fleetwood making the point before you hit the bunker shot?
Tell us the relief, Seb.
The feeling was pure joy. He did rob me of my moment, of a chance of my moment, I guess. But no, I was ecstatic when he closed it out. I was on 18 green.
Have you been aware of the situation?
Oh yeah. I knew exactly that it was.
Those TVs.
I was very nervous, but when he closed it out on 16, it was a fun place to be on 18 green because the crowd went crazy, it meant we had won the Ryder Cup, so it was just pure joy.
Okay, we'll go final question on Shane, just behind, please.
Boring last question, sorry. But Luke, I wonder if you could explain from a setup angle and a strategic angle why you guys were so successful on the first hole.
Oh. Dodo, where's Dodo?
Where's the number cruncher?
What was the success?
What was our success
So
rate?
you, in the first 3 sessions, you won it 5 times to 0 for the Americans, and I think the final was 10-4.
No way.
It's called playing for $100 in practice.
We as a team we knew getting off to a fast start was
somebody
was important. It was really important.
Rory still hasn't paid me, by the way. Sorry, Luke.
I haven't. Rory actually never pays. I just say that. Rory never pays.
I didn't win the FedEx Cup this year.
Rory never pays.
He's waiting for the pit payment.
I didn't lose.
Just building up the tact
I guess the guys were ready. They were ready on the first tee. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, they obviously had a clear plan for what they needed to do on the first. It wasn't really a strategy thing in terms of setting up the hole. The hole was very similar to what we played in the last 3 Italian Opens. The fairways pinched a little bit in on the left. You know, statistically, we're pretty similar in accuracy off the tee to the US. We were slightly longer, but we, as a team, we talked about it. We talked about getting off to a fast start. So I think mentally they were just ready for it.
Any difference in club selection? Was there any unified team philosophy? Like this is what?
No, I didn't tell them one time what club to hit.
Wasn't a chance you get me there. Anything else other than driver off that hole.
I'll tell you what, the strategy is tee up the driver. It's got the biggest head on it. That's the strategy. First tee Ryder Cup is the easiest club to hit. Send it.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. We'll let you go and celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job, Rory.
Das war er, der Ryder Cup 2023. Danke an BMW, dass wir da dabei sein durften. Danke auch an euch. Würdet ihr unseren Podcast nicht hören und könnten wir nicht sagen, hey, das, was wir da machen, das macht irgendwie Sinn, da hört uns jemand zu, dann würden wir auch nicht nach Rom oder zum Ryder Cup kommen. Deswegen auch Dank an euch da draußen, dass ihr uns weiterempfehlt, dass ihr vielleicht auch hier und da mal eine Bewertung einfach bei Spotify oder Apple oder wo auch immer ihr uns hört, da lasst. Das freut uns, das bringt uns nach vorne. Und genau, dann können wir uns schon auf die nächsten großen Abenteuer freuen. Das nächste wird im Frühjahr sein und vielleicht schon etwas früher, aber da können wir erst drüber sprechen, wenn es wirklich, wenn alles klar ist und wir wirklich alles dann auch mit der Tinte auf dem Blatt Papier haben. Aber viel gesprochen worden in den letzten Tagen und wir sind sehr gespannt auf die Dinge, die da noch kommen. Jetzt uns allen ein bisschen Erholung. Das waren harte Tage, ich gebe es gerne zu. Und dann hören wir uns nächsten Dienstag mit einer neuen Folge Tea Time. Und auf die könnt ihr euch auch jetzt schon freuen, weil wir tun's auch. Bis dahin, macht's gut. Go Europe. Tschüsschen.
Schreibt uns, liked uns. t-time.golf. Tea Time, der Golf-Podcast. Auch auf Facebook und Instagram. Tea Time. Tea Time ist eine Produktion von Pod Ever. Infos und noch mehr spannende Podcasts gibt's auf podever.de.